already. But I'm here this morning with two of my three children, one of whom is an Indian doctor in a way. She's in Palmcrest, out in Arizona, working on the reservation, so I'm proud of that. But what can we do about this deficit that we are leaving them with? It is not what I want my kids to be saddled with.
Right. Thanks for asking the question. So $22 trillion in debt and counting. We'll add $1 trillion to it in the next fiscal year through deficit spending. My kids, who are 12, 11, and 8 right now, when they're looking back on this moment from the future, they will not be able to believe this. They'll say, look, so you had $4 trillion in outstanding infrastructure needs. In Iowa and Texas, many public school teachers are working a second and third job to make ends meet because we're not paying them enough right now. Millions of Americans do not have health care. We're fighting 6 wars halfway around the world. We have not put the resources up to take care of the veterans who have fought them. And your country's answer at that moment was a $2 trillion tax cut that flows to corporations already sitting on record piles of cash and the wealthiest at a time of record wealth and income inequality. How do we meet this challenge and make sure that we make our kids proud when they look back on the people of 2019 and 2020? We first roll back the worst of those Trump tax cuts. So a corporate rate that went from 35% down to 21%. We don't need to take it all the way back up, but if we got to 28%, we would generate hundreds of billions of dollars over the next 10 years to invest in people and communities, education and healthcare, to make this country more resilient and ensure that this economy truly includes every single one of us. We could take a hard look at these wars that we asked service members to fight. Fewer than 1% of our fellow Americans have worn the uniform since 9/11. They are bearing the burden of this country's foreign policies. 18 years and counting in Afghanistan, it's added $6 trillion to the national debt. We have no definition of victory, no commonly understood strategy, and no end in sight. So let's bring these wars to a conclusion, bring those service members back home, use the peace dividend to invest in their care and their treatment, and also make sure that we reduce the deficit spending and the debt that we have right now. No more new wars, no more unfunded tax cuts in this country. Invest in people and communities, education and healthcare, and this economy comes roaring back to life for everyone, and we don't put it on the national credit card in order to do it. Thanks for asking the question.